Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome one and all. Okay. Nope, not that. All right. Oh, I do have it. Okay. Okay. Just making sure the mic is good. Very, very, very good. All right. So you all can hear me, I think. That is good. Let me see who was here first. Mary H, thank you so much for being here first. Caroline, hello. MJB, Brenda Crane, yes, thank you. Helen Marmon, Carlene Beckford, Cherry Hill, Leslie F, and Lorna Williams, Carolyn Sowers, Lydia Washington, hi. TB, and well, it's getting late. So, you know what I always say, and a host of friends and others. Okay. Um, mm, ooh, okay. Petty Betty. All right. Um, yes, I wanted to go on much earlier today, but I pulled on the thread and I just could not let it go. So, hopefully this won't be more than an hour and a half. I hope not. That was not my intentions when I started, but like I said, I pulled on the thread, and next thing I know, I was in the thick of it. So let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Hey, Hope's Garden, Black Queen, Susie Q, Bonnie Rose, hello. Okay. And Gwendolyn Daniels wants to say hi to a few people. Hey, Sam. Sam, I am. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Perfect. Let me get myself out of here. Ah, there we go. MR, thank you so much for the Cash App. That was a pleasant way to start off today. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, pile on in, pile on in. What a beautiful thumbnail. How do I do it? But yeah, I like the way that came out. Very, very cool. So Prince Heaven, Prince Heaven, Prince Harry, living legend of aviation review. Salty tabloid reaction. You know there's got to be one. Plus the slim down monarchy. Oh boy, if I hear that one more time, I'm sure it made a lot of sense when he said it, but as we know, things change. Things always change. Now, they're over there crying like a rat eating onions because of that so called slim down monarchy. That's always a good idea when there's not three lazy people. Um, it's incredible that I'm going to say this, but out of the four of the principals, the only one that has ever worked hard, but not by, modern um, modern industrial Western civilization standards, but the only one that's worked hard was Charles. But the rest of them, come on. Like I say, I always give Charles credit for the Prince's Trust. It may have been somebody else's money, but it was his imagination, his drive, his initiative. There are people who have benefited, even like Idris Elba. There are like people who have benefited from the Prince's Trust. Whereas the rest of that lot, besides drawing a behind print in a chair or on a sofa, they haven't done much. So, of course, it's a good thing Charles did do something. Could you imagine him sitting around for 70 years just waiting? 70 years of going to dinner parties and such. So, okay. I'd like to think if I had that kind of money, I'd think of something too. Okay, Living Legends of Aviation, produced by the Kitty Hawks Air Academy. Remember, this is to benefit the future of aviation. It is to give children who otherwise may not ever have the opportunity a chance to actually get engaged with their aviation side. Boys, girls, it does not matter. Um, as we know, there is a limited amount of women that fly, but hopefully, an organization like this will spur their interest and get more women flying than ever before. Oh, Tina Carroll, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for being here on Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday or Sunday to you. Hey, Antoinette Kennedy. All right. So, living legends of aviation are remarkable people of extraordinary accomplishment in aviation, including entrepreneurs, innovators, industry leaders, astronauts, record breakers, pilots who have become celebrities, and celebrities who have become pilots. Also, the living legends meet yearly to recognize and honor individuals that made significant contributions in aviation. So that is the criteria for being one of the people chosen every year to become an inductee of the Living Legends of Aviation. That's it. I don't know how the British tabloid media keeps missing that. I don't know how they decide Harry is not applicable, that he does not meet their standards. I mean, just look at the people that's in there. Not everybody walked the moon or designed an aircraft. There are some people that have been humanitarians, philanthropists, etc. But the bottom line is, it's their organization. They decide, they choose, and the rest of the people who seem to have a problem with it um, are just very salty individuals who are probably some monarchist or some royal sycophant or something like that. And the people who support them, like the ones that have the ones that have climbed Mount St. Thomas Markle, I'll get to that later, that mound of flesh. So that beautiful trophy, here you can see it says presented by Living Legends of Aviation Kitty Hawk Air Academy. That's what the little inscription at the bottom says. And it appears as though oh yeah, if I recall, it has a crystal base, and the trophy itself seems to be made of highly polished stainless steel. But it's a beautiful piece of artwork. Even if it was not a trophy, it would make a beautiful piece of art. Okay. And I didn't know this until like a little while ago, but free to fly on freedom's wings. I love that. And then at the bottom, I suppose that's Latin. Salvo volo in licentia pene. I guess that means the same thing. Somebody translate that, but I think that's the same thing in Latin. Although it looks Italian, but they're so close, right? So, again, the living legends of aviation, and I do believe that that is what is on the medallion that they are given. I could not find any of the medallions up close, so I'm gonna guess that this is it. I mean, it looks like that thing they have on their neck. Very, very cool. And of course, I love this photo. Thought I'd use it again. I thought I was going to make a thumbnail out of it, but I was like, nah. But I just love this. Harry's gaze up at the sky. And then, of course, you have the Beverly Hilton in the background. And just to say, hey, this is California. there is a palm tree. So love that. Oh, okay. So before we get into this, I want to make sure I do address this before we go that much further. I know that Anne had some issues with the YouTube. Hopefully, that will be resolved sooner rather than later. It appears as though it's another one of those copyright issues. And listen, that can happen to any content creator. The pressure to stay on that fine line is incredibly high. And sometimes you think you're okay and you're not. And I suppose that most of us have been through it before. But so just pray, keep your fingers crossed. And I'm pretty sure once they take a review of it, they will straighten it out. But yeah, it's very jarring when something like that happens. But and we'll talk some more about that later. All right. So Matt Cole Weiss. Matt Cole Weiss. Got to have a full convo with Prince Harry. Super sweet. He knew of the movie I directed starring Meghan. Said he watched it before and pics with Oliver Stone and William Shatner. So I'm not going to worry about Oliver Stone and William Shatner, although I do love Captain Kirk. I'm a Trekkie. I love Star Trek. If I had to choose between that and Star Wars, I'm a Trekkie. Star Trek is for thinking people. It is very cerebral compared to the Star Wars, which is, pew 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 pew, all that laser stuff. So yeah, Star Trek is for thinking people. It's for the intellectual. I don't know how I watch it. Um, I think I understand what's going on. But anyway, so yeah, that was very cool. And also up there at the bottom on the right, you can see a group of the inductees doing a little raising of the wine glasses. And there's Harry on the end. It almost looks like the light almost makes it looks like Harry is wearing some denim, but he is not. This is just I don't know, the some of the photos from that night. I don't know why they were so grainy, but you know, given the type of crowd they had, I'm thinking, gosh, everybody probably had the latest iPhone or Samsung or whatever, but a lot of the photos came out pretty po. Um, but then again, maybe the lights were much lower than it seems, and this is the best the phones could adjust for it. Because even the photo of Harry there on the left, it seems like the person is right there, and the photo should have come out better, but it did not. So, but still, it's good to see Harry in his natural habitat, and that, of course, is amongst very powerful people. Um, his new natural habitat among the very powerful Hollywood elite that are supposed to have contempt for him. Remember, we can't forget now, nobody likes the Sussexes, right? Nobody likes the Sussexes. And right here, there is a glimpse of Meghan in that movie that the guy was speaking of. A very young Meghan Markle, although it's hard to tell which is young Meghan Markle and today Meghan Markle. There you can see again an image. And again, he says there's same person. Got a full combo with Prince Harry. He knew of the movie I directed starring Meghan Markle. Now, I don't know the name of the movie, but um, whoa, you can see at the bottom William Shatner and the guy with the funny looking bow tie, that is Oliver Stone. But again, I didn't really care too much to share their photos, but this is Harry's night. And take a look there. There's the alumni right there. And I don't know. Okay, now Harry's, okay, so he's wearing a velvet tuxedo jacket. Anyway, that's the tuxedo that he wore on on the wedding day. That's the one that was for the reception. As you may recall, he was in his uniform for the wedding itself. So, and yeah, that's what he's got on there. Now, this artist, I didn't catch the name, but you remember we were looking yesterday at him working on this painting. And I don't know if that's just like a thing that they do at events like this, where when you have a fundraiser, you have like an artist who I guess works very fast on hand, who is able to produce artwork and sell it for the benefit of whatever charity or foundation. But if that is the case, that's very cool. I don't get to those types of things that often, so I don't know. I've never, excuse me, I've never heard of it. But if that is the case, then that is very cool. Because if you remember from yesterday, that lady right there had this. I don't think she painted that there, though. Seems like she may have brought it with her, or perhaps she purchased it. Prince Harry has arrived. Yeah, I don't know if she purchased it or if she painted it herself or what the case is, but that is the one that everyone thought was very cool. And also, I think that's the one that they're selling copies of it, right? And that's a better view of it. Yeah, and it is embellished with gold, copper, and silver. I believe is what they said. I guess they use like the gold leaf and silver and copper leaf. But yeah, very cool pick. And okay, so that was from yesterday. Back to today. This is the stuff. But yeah, I shared those last night, if you recall. And check it out. It seems as though Has came along and put his initials on it or put his scribe or style or whatever on there. Well, you can see the H scribble scribble. That, of course, is Harry. Very cool pick. And I actually saw another photo. I don't think I included that one here, but there's another photo of him actually working on this painting, and you could see he had like his iPhone on like some type of holder, and he was, looking at Harry's picture and painting and working from that image. So that is how he came up with that. Although we do recognize Harry's pose, but the helicopters in the photo, I don't think they were behind him like that, but that's okay. It looks very, very cool. And right here, so Biplane, Living Legends of Aviation, they put this on their Instagram, I think it was. One of the best nights ever, Living Legends of Aviation Awards here in Los Angeles tonight with Prince Harry, inducted into the Living Legends. He gave a very eloquent and heartfelt speech about his flying career. Utterly inspiring, very proud of him as a fellow Brit in this pantheon of American pilots, engineers, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. It was a brilliant evening and frankly makes a mockery of the mean spirited sniping in the British press. Events like this are part of the flourishing culture of aviation in this country. So here's someone right here that is literally calling out the British tabloid media for their very, very, I guess, snotty, cruel, mean spirited comments. They were in the British tabloid media. And I'm going to share one of those, by the way. Remember, I said I pulled on the thread. Trigger alert, because they go there. But they were very nasty about this event. They made it seem like the people there are so pompous and out of touch. And of course, there is the element of anti Americanism, which I think is so ridiculous because I was one of those Americans who I can't even tell you. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. But I spent a lot of money a lot of money that I saved for several years so that I could take my grand tour of Europe. And part of it was in the UK. And I don't know that I would be as enthusiastic about it today, considering the way things are. I mean, yes, I understand that there is a minority of people, they don't speak for everybody, but you always wonder if there's going to be a moment when you would regret it. And I don't regret it, right? I mean, having done so, I don't regret it, but it's not a good face for the country. It is not a good face. And as an American, when I travel, I do everything I can not to be that person, the American who goes places and expect everything to be the way it was at home. I don't want that. If I wanted that, I'd stay at home. So, I do like they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I just, roll up my sleeves and try to be a part of the experience. But it looks very differently to me now. Um, but still, that conversation is for another time. Tina Carroll, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for being here tonight. And thank you, as always, for watching Royal Sussex. Beverly McCaskill says, this sounds like an ex-Brit that is now living in the good USA. Welcome, sir. Oh, very cool. Thank you so much for that, Beverly McCaskill. Okay, let's see. Oh, Tina Carroll said, I just love you, Baron. Sorry I can't listen like I want, but glad when I do, I'm sorry. Love the Sussex and the squad. Oh, thank you so much, Tina Carroll. Thank you very much. Yeah, yesterday, I don't know what happened. I look up and I'm just like, how have we been on here all this time? It was like I was on for 3 hours, 45 minutes. Did not realize it. I was like, did somebody roofie me or what? Let's see. He mentioned his mom in his speech. He mentioned his dad when he described his first flight. But remember, that was classified. No mention of the heir and the heir's wife, as well as shouldn't be. As I've said, they have been awful to the Sussexes, and you know, I, I would just as sooner he avoid that subject until things are better. He did not go in on his father in his book or any place else for that matter, but his brother and the sister-in-law, there's definitely problems there. And until he's in a good place where he is ready to have certain conversations about them or with them, then I'd prefer he stray away from them at any cost until things are better, if indeed they ever do get better. And I hope for everyone's sake that it does. I mean, as awful as those people are, that is still his family. And it's just terrible that these two brothers do not have that connection. And and if there's ever been two people in that family that's ever needed each other, it's got to be the two of them. And it's just not possible at this time. So maybe one day, but the those other two, they need to apologize to Harry and Meghan. But yeah, so it was a great night, you guys. It was a great, fantastic night, and it's a shame that those um, those tabloid people decided to try to do everything that they could to make a mockery of it. I mean, you didn't hear me saying things like that about the coronation. I'm just kidding. I did. But no, no. Um, I didn't pretend. I'm just like, hey, I've always wanted to see a coronation. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not going to watch. I have to say, I think the music was the best thing about it. Everything else was kind of, sitting there looking at Charles. I mean, at the to me at the coronation, Charles looked like he was having his prostate examined, and it was not pleasant for that reason. He did not make it pleasant. Seeing him frowning and me worrying about Camilla slipping out of that chair, um, I felt anxious because I thought Camilla was going to slide out the chair. She didn't seem like she was firmly planted in the chair, and Charles looked like he was having his prostate examined, and it just did not make for a enjoyable. It did not make for an enjoyable coronation. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Plus, seeing Camilla was jarring anyway. You know what I'm saying? Seeing her there, seeing her stumping in there like some type of savage. Okay, let's move on. So, high praise indeed. Lauren Sanchez says Prince Harry is part of a group of legends who shaped the history and future of flight after after they both won awards at glitzy Beverly Hills Aviation Bash. So that was the headline for this particular article. And let me just say, well done, um, Lauren Sanchez. Wait till you see this dress. That dress was a knockout. I mean, just she she ate it up. She worked it. She handled her business. She did. Um, Cheers to her. And she's a dynamic person, as I found out from learning more about her. Is Nubian Queen here? Hey, Nubian Queen, good morning and blessed Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's go here. I love this photo, by the way. You got Harry, you got Prince Harry, and of course John Travolta, Lauren Sanchez, and Jeff Bezos. And I was listening earlier, and I heard one of the squaddies say how much they really didn't. They feel very indifferent about Jeff Bezos, and I totally get that. But still, I admire the whatever it took to take Amazon from some concept in a garage to the global, superstar company that it is today. It, I'm just amazed. I'm in awe of it. And the only thing that we've ever had in the U.S. before that was, of course, Walmart, and before that, the Sears Roebucks. When it comes to retail, of course, Sears was the first virtual store to really blanket the country, and Amazon pretty much covers a lot of the world, but took a lot to do that, and I have to say I admire him. Now, as for his, the way they treat the employees and stuff, um, well, I've had some pretty crappy jobs in my life, and um, yeah, but it's always the big kid on the block that's the target. Anytime there's complaints about fast food, we turn to McDonald's. Anytime there's a complaint about billionaires, for some reason we always target Oprah, and I don't get that. Oprah's only got a fraction of what some of those other people have, but yet she's the lightning rod, like she was the only billionaire in Hawaii. So, yeah, that's one of the marks of success is when everybody comes after you like that. So, but everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I'm just going to say that as far as I'm concerned, I'm kind of glad for some of the company that Harry keeps, especially since they got that new editor at the Washington Post. So let's hope. I don't have to explain to you, but let's hope. That's all I'll say is let's hope. If you know, you know. Okay, if you know, you know. But I I'm pleased that some of the people that the Sussexes find themselves in company with. even the more controversial ones. But listen, they got things to do, and sometimes you have to look past some of the things that have gotten so many people canceled in this world and handle your business. Okay, you got to handle your business, and I want them to handle their business because our children, Prince Archie and Prince Lilibet Diana, they're going to need things in the future, and most of all, they're going to need to be safe. So we got to do what we got to do. Oh, okay, Nubian Queen, you rarely miss it. Glad to hear that. Yes, and thank you, Rohini. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Didn't Amazon sponsor all the tickets at the last Invictus game? Yes, very true, very true. That's what I'm saying. It's good to have some powerful friends in your corner. Yeah, it is very good to have some powerful friends in your corner because you know what? Some of the people that are roundly criticized, they always have their philanthropic side where, yes, they might be a beast in one corner, but in another area in life, they have been very generous. And Americans are very generous. So, yeah, I'm like, handle your business. Handle your business. Uh, Oprah, black women equals hatred. They do not like you being too, yeah, people don't like people too proud or too free, right? That's what they say in Color Purple. People don't like you being too proud and too free. Yep, yep. Yeah, I have my criticisms for Oprah, but I also know that a lot of times she has been unfairly targeted by some criticism. She's been a lightning rod for too long, and I'm just sick of it. Do you hear? Sick! I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. I haven't been doing that a lot lately, have I? And I'm just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick! uh, don't they though, Pam Porter? Don't they? I don't know what it is about a powerful, educated, financially independent black women that black woman or black women that trigger people, but it does for some reason. It just triggers people. It's like, oh, she's too big for her britches. Got to bring her down. We have witnessed that far too many times. All right. So again, the dress. Don't you love the way it puddles onto the floor? That is definitely the puddle. And wait for it, wait for it. Okay, take it in, and now, bam! Look at the sheen on that fabric. It's like it's all whipped around, almost like a hurricane, or no, like a tornado. And ah, that is gorgeous. And you could also see the trophy there. You can see the crystal base with the polished steel or whatever it is, um, bird. But and then let me remind people that Lauren Sanchez, who has worked in television and such, she is also a licensed helicopter pilot. She is a licensed helicopter pilot, and she owns her own company. I forgot what it's called, Blackout, Blackbird, Black Beauty, something like that. But she has her own company, and they work with the film industry. So um, the more I learn about her, the more I like her. So very cool. She she's handling her business. Okay. Ooh, really, Lorna Williams? Is changing the game in communities where you pay $10 for a loaf of bread. It allowed communities to order in bulk and bring some of the prices of groceries, packaged goods down. Yeah, yeah. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of the complaints that people have about Amazon, those are the same complaints that they made about Walmart, the same complaints that they made about Sears, right? But you cannot stop progress. Progress is going to happen whether you're ready for it or not. And remember how they said years ago, all of these robots and technology are going to put people out of work. And yet it seems to open doors for whole new industries, right? So, um, the media, their job is to keep us anxious and afraid, and I try not to feed into all that doom and gloom when I hear that this is going to happen and that's going to happen. Um, Things are going to continue to change and progress whether or not you're ready for it. So you could either embrace it and live with it, or you can complain and talk about the good old days. But progress is going to happen either way. If it wasn't this person, it'd be that person. But I'm glad that they are able to bring those prices down for people. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. Terry Carver, I don't, let me see, I don't care for Lauren Sanchez. Okay, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. All right. Okay, so let's continue. So right there, you can see Harry. I don't know who those young ladies are, but they were lucky enough to get a photo with him. And there is John Travolta looking rather dapper in his very casual approach to a tuxedo. Um, and he this is what was so confusing, is that people had shared photos of him yesterday, but I can remember I kept saying, no, I think that's from the year before. That isn't from this year. And as you can see, it was a different year because he doesn't have hair here. Yeah, he doesn't have hair. But I tell you, I'm pretty sure that when people think of John, well, when you saw him in the old days when he was, John Travolta from Grease and Welcome Back Carter, you couldn't conceive of him with no hair because he had that beautiful dark hair. But he still looks good. He still looks good. Hair or no hair, he still looks good. And there is the side by side of Harry's tuxedo. How in the world have we been on here for 39, 40 minutes? Why is time moving so fast? Anyway, there is that Claire Wade Keller? No. Which no, that was Givenchy. No. I forgot which dress is that. I forgot who made that. Was it Carolina Herrera? Oh, I forget. But anyway, Megan looks amazing in a halter top. And of course, there is Harry in that tuxedo. I don't know which label it is, but that appears to be the one that he wore to the event. That's what most people seem to believe, is that is the tuxedo that was worn for the Living Legends of Aviation. Oh, thank you, Terry Carver. Thank you very much for the super sticker. And again, thank you for being here tonight. And you could also see the medallion here on the left. Harry said no to a photo, but Kurt Russell was all about it. Well, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. Um, mm, um, I mean, I saw the caption, and I'm trying to figure out if if there was anything to that. Whatever it was or was not, I'm sure Harry had his reasons. Maybe he was steep in a conversation and just could not break away to take a picture with them. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys recognize them? Because I certainly don't. But yeah, someone shared that. I mean, there's nothing about them that says, not today, Satan. But if Harry thought it was bad, oh, Stella McCartney, thank you so much. Thank you, Stella McCartney. Oh, I see a few of y'all answered. Thank you. Thank you. I almost missed that. But Stella McCartney. All right. Lovely. Thank you all very much. But well, okay, let me stop because it was a good occasion and I'm not going to I don't even know who they are, so I'm not going to say nothing. But I ain't going to say nothing. Um fight it, fight it, fight it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move on. Gonna move on. You think it was a little showy, Susie Q? Uh, hey, Harry's been Harry for a long time, and when he and you know what? I see the caption. It doesn't mean that he. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with these captions because you don't know if somebody's just saying that or if something really whatever. But whatever the case may be, we're gonna move on. So, congratulations to the Living Legends of Aviation inductees. So many stories and adventures in one room. Morgan Freeman. Yeah, I'm going to do the rest of this in my Morgan Freeman voice. Congratulations to the Living Legends of Aviation. So many stories and adventures in one room. Morgan Freeman, Velvet Voice of God, sang Fly Me to the Moon with Kenny G. Oh, I can't hold that. I can't hold that. Anyway, who talked about his Beaver, the float plane, of course, with Kurt Russell. Cheers to Prince Harry, John Travolta, Steve Hinton, Mark Parent, CM, Fred George, Mark Burns, Lawrence, and A plus, no, what is it? A and Arlene H. Mendelson? Yeah, Lauren A. and Arlene H. Mendelson Charitable Foundation, Kyle Clark, Lauren Sanchez, Lyndon Blue, Lance Page, Tolan. Oh, is it Lance Page Tolan? And all the stories of aviation that shape our world. As always, an amazing event thanks to Paul Lips and team. Now that is a name, Paul Lips. I heard someone say something about lips yesterday, and apparently that is a person's name, Paul Lips. Not even with two P's, just Lips. Let's see, B. Martim. Is those women looking for come up with those dresses? Just saying. Um, Listen, B. Martim, I am on my best behavior tonight. So I just it's not like it looked like they work in one of them houses or anything like that. Plus, I'm on my best behavior tonight. So, um, if you don't get that reference, I had a neighbor once that uh, older lady used to keep me after school. And of course, so I wasn't a latchkey kid. I would stay at her house after school just to keep me out of trouble. And while watching Wheel of Fortune, she used to say, "Whew, I can't stand that Vanna White. She always wearing them dresses. Look like she work in one of them houses." Now, she never said what kind of house. But it's kind of like she didn't have to. But that's what she used to say. She looked Vanna White looked like she worked in one of them houses. So I don't want to know what kind of house. Baron Royal Sussex, I forgot to mention my birthday was on the 16th of January. Well, happy belated birthday. Please celebrate with me, everyone. We will definitely do that. Before we go, we are going to have a dance off. I promise. And again, happy belated birthday. Uh, Connie Balmer! Hey, Connie Balmer. Thanks for being here from faraway Switzerland. Uh, let me see. Okay. Was I through with that? Yeah, I was through with that one. Okay, so you guys, I want to get through this because it's like 8 minutes long, but let me set this up for you. So this guy, his name is Prince. Oh gosh, what is his name? Hold on a second. Prince. Oh, oh gosh, how did I forget his name? Prince something Max. Is it? Nope. Prince something Max. Oh, hold on. Don't tell me nobody. I'll get it. I'll get it. I will get it. Nobody help me. I got this. I promise I got it. I got it. I said, don't help me. Don't help me. I got it. Prince something Max. I should have put his name there because I totally went blank. I totally went blank. I just looked at his face and everything went blank. Okay. Oh yeah, his name is Prince Mario Max Schomburg Lippe. Oh, he's one of the Lips, which by the way is spelled Lippe. I knew it couldn't be Lip. It's Lippe. So he's one of those Lips that they were just talking about, I think. So anyway, let me do this. They tried to corner him, and when I say they, the tabloid media tried to corner this guy. And by the way, he is a prince himself. He is from one of those German or Austrian principalities, but he's a prince and probably a distant cousin of Harry in some kind of way, though it would have to be pretty far away. But, oh, thank you, Lydia Washington. So they were since they couldn't talk to Harry, they were trying to get someone, you know how the tabloid media do, they want to get someone on the record saying something disparaging about the Duke of Sussex. So they tried it. And it did not go as planned. At least it didn't go the way they hoped it would. So I love this guy. And I know they say he's like some kind of trash TV, something person. But like I say, if anybody wants to hate on someone or be disappointed with someone, that's fine. Have your opinion. But we got things to do. And I'm just going to err on the side of do what you got to do. So here goes. Oh, but like I said, it's about it's about 7.5 minutes. So let me get this queued up for you.
If you try vaping, the
oh Lord. Okay.
Well, I congratulated Prince Harry for being such an achieved pilot. Okay. And I saw that he was very touched. It's a big award, and it's very well deserved. And he gave the most lovely speech,
Can you tell us
thanking others. Okay. And how grateful is this? Not only accepting an award for himself, but also thanking others of the aviation industry for making so many things happening. The airlifts, helping people, bringing all these planes up. So he thanked the engineers, he thanked the ones that are on the ground, making flight even possible. So he did not leave a single person out whom he would thank. And that showed a very good heart, and he was fabulous. He spoke beautiful, and the ovations were exactly what he deserves. So I'm very happy for him.
And when you took the selfie with him, what did you say? Did you say, "Can I have a selfie with you?" Or did you say, "Can I have a picture?"
Oh, we had a personal conversation, and he's fabulous. Very nice, very humble, very sweet. And I can tell, very touched. It's private.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Is this your first time meeting him?
I'm very, very happy that he is the focus of the night. He deserves it because he goes through a lot. Like, he's so public, and I think it's a very personal moment of joy for him. And what I like to do is congratulate him for his big award. I think everybody else should, because how many big moments in life do we all have, right? It's a very few, and this is one of his very big moments, and it should be all about him.
Sorry, before you go, you have been here so many times.
I've been here so many times. I'm great friends with the Lips family.
Yeah.
This is a family-run event. This is a family award. The Lips family, Cherry Lips, is one of the kindest and best people. He always helps others. And this event is actually run and hosted by a charity, by the Kitty Hawk Academy. And the Lips are dear friends and close friends. I love them from the bottom of my heart. And that the award goes now to this great Prince Harry. It's just something that fills me with joy. And I think two families and two clans that have a lot to give found each other, because definitely the Windsors, the royal family of England, gives every day, gives in their service, and the Lips give every day the American way with charity. So these are very good people, and it's a wonderful choice, and congratulations to all the winners, not only Prince Harry. There are a few more that got indicted and introduced today into this wonderful awards
And
group.
was John Travolta in there as well?
John Travolta presented the award, and he referred to the dance with his mother. And Prince Harry was 1 year old, so he's like, "Now I see you again," under a new circumstance, on a new stage. That was very touching and very sweet, because we all remember how gorgeous the dance was of John Travolta and Princess Diana. And now Princess Diana's son is getting an award from John Travolta. It was the cutest, most touching moment, and it's a moment of history, and I love it. It was beautiful to watch, and may the award bring him lots of joy, and may everybody congratulate him.
Oh, Lord. Now somebody would actually call me. Let me, I got to start it up again. Someone rang my phone. Okay. Oh, let me see here.
We all should. It was the cutest, most touching moment, and it's a moment of history, and I love it. It was beautiful to watch, and may the award bring him lots of joy, and may everybody congratulate him, as we all should get congratulated when we achieve something. And very smart people selected him, so therefore it was a wise decision. It's given out by the aviators. So when the own group thinks it's an award-worthy person, then they are always right, because they know best. So I say, aviators, bravo, it was great, and he loved it.
One final question.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been well publicised. His sister-in-law, Catherine, is in hospital, and his father's having surgery next week. Did he seem at all like a little bit muted? I mean, he looked very happy in the photograph, but obviously he's got other things.
About it? Yeah.
He's got other things on his mind.
I wish every one of the Windsors only the best. These are one of the hardest working people and of the kindest people we have in this world. And dedicating your life to service as royal, as politician, it's admirable. The American politicians, the British royals, all the other royal families, whoever works hard gets my chapeau, reading with the head. And so all of them, please, speedy recovery. The British royal family is very dedicated, works very hard, all of them. And no matter what you do, if you're in another country and work, in America, it's you have to work a lot. I mean, I live here too. It's very hard. You have to work every day. And America does not think if it's like a royalty person or a title person, everybody has to work. And I'm sure he's working tons and tons of hours on his projects, on his charities, on his things to achieve his goals. And that's what it is about. So we all have our dreams, and may all his wishes come true. He's a wonderful person, and it was very nice to see this moment.
Also Momentchen bitte.
Yes,
bitte,
ja.
bitte. Okay. Ich muss ganz fragen, also
Ja.
auf Englisch bitte.
Ja.
Aber heute Abend,
Ja.
right, Prince Harry
Ja.
was looked at out there as Hollywood royalty tonight. Tonight was the crowning of Prince Harry in Hollywood. You are a man who works in Hollywood, you know Hollywood very well. What do you think this award means now for Harry moving forward, for their hopes to work now?
Well, Prince Harry is Prince Harry. He's a world and global icon no matter what. And he's Prince Harry. So getting an award of this level is wonderful. And that's a good match. So Hollywood royalty giving Prince Harry, European royalty, an award. I love it. And as a fellow journalist like you all are, I say, great. And that's something to really report about. I love it. It's big. It's fantastic. And may he be Hollywood's biggest star. I wish him only the very best. He's such a lovely person.
Do you think that him and Meghan, as a man who is in royalty and works in Hollywood,
Yeah.
do you think him and Meghan have the Midas touch to make it big, to do what they want? What do you think's in their future?
Oh, they can reach everything. They are fantastic. Glamorous, beautiful, charismatic. I mean, everybody loves to watch what they're doing. Why are we all knowing everything about them? Because they are beautiful people. They are young, they're charismatic, they have healthy children. They are so blessed, and who of us wouldn't wish them only the best? And I do too.
Thank you.
Okay. So, as you can see, he just loves everybody. He even says something nice about the Windsors, which is cool because, let me tell you, they were trying to get something from him. And he was wise enough to not give it to him. Whatever that was, they were hoping for something shady, something that they could, add something to. Anything. They were just hoping to do something. They were hoping to trigger a reaction, or something that they can attribute to Harry. Harry seemed like he was sad, or he seemed like he was upset, or, that kind of thing. I asked him about the family, whatever, anything that they could think of. Barbara Lane, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. How about everybody wants to call and talk to me right now? I've just gotten a phone call. I've gotten a tweet. I would have wanted to cut I did have the ringer off, but I was using my Bluetooth speaker, so that took that away. Let me see here. But yes, again, thank you so much, Barbara Lane, and thank you again for being a member of Royal Sussex. Let's see, Black Queen. He missed me. Well, Black Queen, he did not want to leave anything that would be critical or that they could criticize. There may have been a little sarcasm with that or whatever. I'm okay with it. But I get you. But I'm okay with it. Don't give them a stick to hit you in the head with. That's what someone told me a long time ago. Never give somebody a stick to hit you in the head with. But the real praise, the real, kind words were reserved for Harry. So that's all that was important to me. As long as nobody's throwing Harry under the bus, I'm cool. Yeah, that's what they said. They said the kids were under the weather. That's what they said. One of the kids, he totally avoided answering the question about Kate and Sausage Finger's health situation. I'm telling you, this guy took care of his business. He did what needed. He said what needed to be said. I thought it was perfect. He said what needed to be said. Let me see. Yeah, he knew. He's a media person himself, so they couldn't touch him. You know, it was just like being a good boxer. You know, it's not so much how hard can you hit, but can you avoid taking any blows? And he was doing the ropey dope and dancing around the ring and everything else. Let me see here. This man speaks as someone who lives here and works. He shut them down in the nice. Yes, yes, Sharon, as he did. He did. When I heard this, I was like, wow, this guy is good. This guy is good. Let me see here. Any more? They tried to get something bad. Yeah, they did. They tried to get something bad out of him, and it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. He even made the rest of them people sound good, and he know they ain't nothing. Leg says, "What the heck? My fam is from the South. What is it? Is it Arkansas, Mississippi? And if that phone rang after supper, my granny would have looked at the clock when that phone rang." Yeah, I know. I know. Well, see, everybody knows I'm a night person, so it's never too late to call because if I'm sleeping, then that means my ringer is off. So they try it. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see there. I heard Shade Baron. He said Harry works. He works in the U.S. Yes, yes, Cassandra. Yes. I think like I said, it was a very subtle amount of shade, but he said what he said. This implies that elsewhere folks don't work. All of the Firm family. Yeah, absolutely. And he even said those who do work hard, those are the people that get my support, those that do work hard. So he did speak in general about the family, but there are individuals in the family that don't work that much. But anyway, I thought it was outstanding, and you won't believe who shared that video. That was actually the fail. That was the fail that had that. But I didn't want that. I just wanted the soundbite. So yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right. And let me see. Was I through with him? Yeah, I guess that was it. Yeah, but they said that he's some type of trash TV person, but you know, I'm very much of this mind. When you got stuff to do, you got stuff to do. And sometimes it just don't make sense to cut off your nose to spite your face. There's no such thing as the ideal everything. So, um, whatever. I didn't see. I don't know any programs he's been on. I don't really care. He was nice to Harry, and that is what I was hoping for. Of course, they're going to try to trash him because he was being too nice, but they're going to do something to try to trash him like they do anybody else. That is what the tabloids do. But I'll let he's media savvy. I'll let him worry about that. Let me see. They asked, "Did you ask for a selfie?" He told them the conversation was between them. Yes. I thought that was weird too. Did you ask for a selfie? What did he say about this? And I'm just like, y'all don't want to know too much, do you? Let me see. He was quite excited talking about Harry's work values and his beautiful wife as a couple loved all over the world. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I don't know what they thought they were going to get from him. I really don't know what they were expecting, but they tried it. They tried it. Let me see. I love it. The tabloids are so starved. They have to run positive words about Harry or nothing at all. Yeah, yeah. They quoted him. They definitely quoted him. They even quoted Lauren Sanchez when she said Harry was the future of aviation. And they'll run it and then try to tear it down all in the same breath, but that's okay. Just put that positive stuff out there. People can decide for themselves. This vainglorious gala felt like a popping of Harry's bubble, but it was hard not to feel just a smidgen of sympathy for him. Carolyn Graham recalls her night at the tacky Living Legends of Aviation Award in Los Angeles. Tacky? Did she say tacky? Did she just say tacky? She said tacky. Oh, Harry, how has it come to this? From a royal highness who commanded respect and affection to a celebrity trinket parading in front of paying guests at a cheesy Hollywood award show. Let me just start off by saying everything that they have criticized these people, these self-made millionaires and billionaires, every bit of criticism that they've had for those people in that so-called tacky room, you could apply that to the royal family times 10. Times 10. Oh, by the way, YM Droid, that's what I forgot to do. Thank you so much. I think I forgot. But yes, you could apply that to them times 10. So, Carolyn Graham, in case you don't know, one of the squatties one day said, I was looking for a receipt and just realized that both rumors about Meghan and Dior and the Senate all came from Queen Camilla's biographer, Carolyn Graham. Now, Carolyn Graham, I believe she's from the South. I think she's the daughter of Dixie. Why is this daughter of Dixie writing for the Daily Mail? And even more puzzling, why is she writing about Camilla? These were the extensively debated on UK morning shows. Camilla going after Princess Diana's daughter-in-law is a sickness. So remember the thing about the Senate? Well, there's the receipt right there. Meghan Markle considers run for office. Duchess of Sussex named what does that say? Let me pull that down. Named in the frame to fill California Senator Dianne Feinstein's seat after Senator died aged 90, blah, 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 blah. Knowing that California has boatloads of qualified people that are already in line for that position, the governor had decided who was going to replace Dianne Feinstein a long time ago. Given her age, you keep a short list. That short list did not include Rachel Meghan Markle. It never have, and it never will. But leave it to Carolyn Graham, an American at that, to try to stir up a bunch of anti-Meghanism. These things are done deliberately, not just for clickbait, but for this culture war. They're fighting to create apathy and anger and hostility toward anyone who they call woke, anyone that they identify as being on the left, anyone who is not supporting all that right-wing stuff. Well, of course, she would say something like that. That column is nothing but a hatchet job. It doesn't and of course, it's the same tactic that they used, like with Hillary Clinton. Although Hillary was running for office, Meghan is not. They tried to say Hillary's just running because her name is Clinton. That was bad. But when Bush was running because his name is Bush, that was good. See what I mean? They could twist it either way. Let's see. B. Martin says, Baron, she didn't get to go to the go. It was already sold out. You mean B. Martin? I'm sorry, not B. Martin. You mean Carolyn Graham? I think. Well, she may. This is. I guess the implication was that she was there. I don't know. I mean, she may have been able to get in the room some kind of way, but even if she didn't, that wouldn't stop her from writing about it or stalking them on the outside. But I wasn't clear whether or not she went to the event. But I mean, you know, if you're paying enough money, you can get a ticket somehow. And this is not the first time that they've done this. Well, obviously it's not. When Meghan had the Ms. Award thing, that albino assassin, whatever her name is, she went to that event. I'm glad Meghan didn't go. I hope she didn't stay away because of the shenanigans that were planned for that evening. But I'm kind of glad she didn't go. I mean, I don't want to think that the kids were sick or anything like that, but I guess the little side benefit of it is that she just wasn't there. And see, Harry and Meghan have so much strength of character. They have enough charisma that they can go someplace alone. They don't have to go with the other in order to satisfy people that are there. You know how people would see Charles and Diana walking down the street, and Charles could hear them saying, ugh, oh, I told you we were on the wrong side of the street. Diana's on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Harry doesn't go through that. People may hope to see Meghan, but they'd be just as happy to see Harry. So Harry could go by himself. Meghan can go by herself. They can go together or separate. It doesn't matter. People are excited for them either way. And the fact that Meghan didn't go, okay, bummer. But Harry was there. That is the strength they have, their strength of character and personality and celebrity. That is what they have to offer. And like the guy was saying, they're a beautiful couple. People love them. They have charisma, all of that. They don't have to go places together. Harry doesn't have to have somebody on his arm to be seen or to be loved or appreciated. He can just go by himself and still be a huge hit. That's the big difference. William is trying to distance himself from his own wife. She don't like to go any place by herself. Charles is still boring, and you know that reptilian and invertebrate queen consort. She can just stay home because nobody's checking for her. When she goes places, y'all already know what kind of reaction she get. Like that time when she went to that thing and she was breathing all over that woman, and the lady had to keep ducking away from her. Remember that one?
Part of the lunch club. Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming.
There you are. So you're the only mountain here?
Yeah, I am.
Yes. Brave mountain. So how long did you So how long did
Yeah. So if that's any indication of what her appeal is, she can just stay home. All right. B. Martin, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, Connie Balmer, Thank you for the super sticker and for being a member of Royal Sussex. Oh, and B. Martin, thank you for being a member. And Leg says, did she see those shoes? W was so excited to show. Oh, William was so excited to show Tom Cruise. You talk about with the little jet planes. I hear that she is an adventurer and explores Mount St. Thomas Marco for Yetis during the whiteout. Well, as a matter of fact, there is Mount St. Thomas Marco right there. You can see, in order to retrieve that letter, somebody had to climb up on that mountain. And if I had to say anything good about that daughter of Dixie, she will take one for the team. She has taken one for the team. I mean, I have been committed to my work, but I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I don't know if I could do that, but she did take one for the team, and allegedly got that letter. And all I have to say is, ugh, 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 ugh. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just, you know, in retail, sometimes you have somebody walk into a shop and you think, oh, Lord, I had to deal with this. You think it's someone who, um, I'm trying to be politically correct, but you think it's someone who doesn't have a fixed address. Yeah, that's it. You think it's someone who does not have a fixed address, and you think they're going to ask to use the bathroom and stay in there for about an hour or whatever. That's what I see when I look at Thomas Markle, someone who doesn't have a fixed address, someone who doesn't have a bathtub or a shower. That's what I picture. I'm not saying that's how he is, but that's what he looks like. So, but all I can say is hope it was worth it. Now, I am going to just say this about all of that nonsense about tacky. That is Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. That is a billionaire and his fiance, who happens to be a woman of, several talents, including flying helicopters. She owns her own company. She loves being on TV. She's a media person, and she's worked hard. He's worked hard. And then you have those other two. One was born into privilege, and the other one, well, I guess it was a privilege to have been born, because with a head that big, you don't know if they're going to be able to make it. But all I'm saying is, I would take a Jeff Bezos and a Lauren Sanchez any day of the week, because those are working people. And as that guy said, work hard. He was very polite to say it about the Windsors, because he was just, either being incredibly sarcastic or he was being incredibly diplomatic, but we all know they don't work. And then you have those two who have lived a life of entitlement. Camilla has done nothing in life but marry this one and that one to get what she wanted. And she found someone who was just as decrepit as she is, and now she's wearing a crown. That's fine. That's fine. Enjoy. But I'm sure it's not a day in ever that she doesn't wake up feeling like a complete heretic, which she is. And as for Charles, shame on him. They I'm trying to be nice because that's Harry's father, but they're just taking up space. That's all they're doing, is taking up space. Taking up space and waiting for the Grim Reaper. They don't do anything for anybody. Charles at one time did, but now, he's he doesn't have to do anything to manage those estates. All he does is sign papers. That's his job. As for Camilla, she didn't even show up for her last book club. She was supposed to do that podcast for her book club. She didn't even bother to show up because she's lazy. They're all lazy. So yeah. But I think that anti-Americanism, it is going to backfire on them big time. And I'm not talking about Charles and Camilla. I'm talking about the tabloid media. That anti-American tone, even if it is coming from Carolyn Graham, it is going to backfire. They really try people's patience. They think that by pushing those conservative talking points, that they're going to make people fall in love with the royal family. But Americans work, okay? We're a very productive society when it comes to work. And we don't have an aristocracy. We have rich folks. And most of those rich people have, worked and sacrificed to build those big companies. Let's see. Oh, and there was a congratulations to Prince Harry from Derek Kobana. You may remember him. He was the one that was very instrumental in getting Nigeria, or is he working to get, was he working to get Nigeria and Ghana? No, he's from Ghana, and he worked to get Nigeria into the Invictus Games, or was it vice versa? Anyway, he is one of the Invictus people, and he was right there with the white shirt on when they were cheering Harry and Meghan and holding up their Nigerian flag. So very cool for him to send a what do you call it? Bozas. Boza, Boza, Boza. That's what they were chanting that time. So very cool. Let me see. Cassandra Kitchen said, well, Baron, some women are raised only to marry. Failure is singleness for them because they are not equipped to do anything but to marry. It's a way of life. I can't relate to it, but it's real. Yeah. And a lot of those very powerful men have only been able to do that because they married well. Not that their wife have to work or ever did work, but there's a lot of men that would be no place if it wasn't for their wives. So it's not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but we know how strategic Camilla's weddings have been. She's part of that aristocracy, and that was what she was born to do. And her great grandmother was a mistress for George the Fourth, was it? George the Fifth, George the Fourth. And so, that's what they say. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But I don't even have a problem with it. I just don't like the fact that, she and Charles tormented Diana the way they did. And then, of course, in order to try to seem like she's doing something for humanity, now Camilla is like a patron of some women's abuse shelter or something like that. It just seems so ironic that she would do something like that, considering what she put Diana through. But yeah, thank you for your comment. All right, so let me see. I'll do this. All right, so we have a belated birthday for Nubian Queen. Happy birthday and many happy birthday. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Today is Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor's birthday. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Church Nellie's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know, all right. Once again, happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. Well, some things that are broken just can't ever be put back together again. And, you know, it would be better for everyone if those two on the right would just apologize for the shady, terrible, awful things that they've done. Some of which I pointed out yesterday when we were talking about Christian Jones. Um, a lot of the stuff that happened was done out of spite and jealousy from Will and Kate. There's very good evidence of that. And, you know, they had the goal, I suppose, of driving Meghan out of the country. But as they say, the law of unintended consequences, they drove Harry away as well. And so now they don't have either. And right now they could actually use the help. Harry had offered them away and they turned him down. As a matter of fact, they took his patronages away from him as much as they could. They didn't ever want to see him in a uniform again. None of that stuff. I mean, it wasn't so much of rules as much as it was spite and jealousy. They did everything they could to Harry, anything that they thought would hurt him and break him and cause him to come crying back to Narnia, and none of it worked. And they still believe that, I mean, take a look at that. Harry's bubble, popping of Harry's bubble, the gala felt like the popping of Harry's bubble. But it was hard not to feel just a smidgen of sympathy for him. How many times has Harry said, I don't want that? He said, I don't want that. The glue that held him in that family was his grandmother. And absent that, what cards do they think they have? What cards do they think they have? What ace in the hole? What do they think they have that's going to change things? Because if it's money, forget it. And if it's the uniforms, hey, he's now wearing Dior and Armani and such. So what else? What else you got? I mean, he has a military community here, and he still has one back home. Matter of fact, he has a global military community. Okay? He's got a global military community. They've only expanded his reach. They didn't take it away from him. So what else you got? What else you got? Because that didn't work. Let's see. Lydia Avicus, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for being here tonight. Amanda Playtell, Harry's silence over his father and sister-in-law, Kate, show he has never been more isolated. Who y'all talking to? Who are they talking to? He's never been more isolated from whom? From the father who took his security away? From the brother who used his courtiers to plot against him? To leak and brief against him? Not to be confused from the stepmother that briefed and leaked against him. The same reason why they threw Diana under the bus, among other things, is the same reason why his stepmother went after him, was because she was trying to rebuild her, well, I don't know if she was ever respected, but she was trying to build her character amongst the British people, right? And as for his brother, who was jealous because Harry is everything he can never be, or how about the sister-in-law who was so jealous of Meghan because Meghan is everything that she can never be, or everything that Meghan is everything that Kate will never be, couldn't be, just not capable. And so those two did everything they could to drive them out the country. So I asked the question again, isolated from what? It seems as though since his mother died, he hasn't had a proper home over there. They gave him a servant's quarter, right? Before that, he was living in some little thing under another servant. And then, of course, when he moved to Frogmore, well, we could see how much that was actually a home for him. It wasn't. He's never had a proper home over there. Never. Well, not as an adult, only with his mother. But other than that, he hasn't had a proper home since his mother died. Now he has a home, possible mortgage, I don't know, but he has a home in his name that nobody can take away from him. He either keeps it or he sells it, but it's his to do what he will. He's never had that before. What a shock it was to hear Wednesday that both the Princess of Wales and the King were undergoing serious medical treatment. Kate, we discovered, had already had abdominal surgery requiring a stay in the hospital for a fortnight, and Charles will soon have a procedure for an enlarged prostate. You know who else I think should get their prostate checked? I'm going to tell you who needs to go and get their prostate checked. I need her to go check that prostate. I don't know why I'm thinking that there's probably that too, but go get that prostate checked. Anyway. Terry Carver, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me see. Graham is wrong. Not a Hollywood award ceremony. Right? It's not a Hollywood award ceremony. Not everybody there is in the business, so to speak. There's people from different sectors and industries and stuff like that. It's about aviation, not about entertainment. Thank you so much for that, Terry Carver. Okay, now what was I saying? Prince Harry urged to step up and help brother Prince William in his hour of need. You mean to tell me that the staff of 60, the possible CEO that they hired, as well as all of the courtiers that are available in other houses and such, plus there's what's her name? Carol Middleton, right? There's Mike Middleton. There's Pippa. I mean, they were naming all kind of people that were going to pitch in and help. So you have cooks, drivers, cleaners, gardeners. You have all these things. What is Harry supposed to do? What is Harry supposed to do? You told him that there was no half in, half out, right? You have poisoned the minds of countless pensioners against him. What is he supposed to do? Now they won. Will and Kate won. They got everything to themselves. They won, right? The odds was stacked up against Harry. He's not going to be on the throne. William is. So they won. And if you've won, why do you still obsess about Harry and Meghan? What else do you want? You got everything. Everything. You got the castles. You got this electric Volvo. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Audi. You're living in the shadow of Windsor Castle. Harry and Meghan ain't living next door or down the street anymore, right? And you can take helicopters, private jets, all that stuff. You won. So what else do you want? There's no going back. Harry told Anderson Cooper, no. Do you think you'll ever go back? No. That's it. You took everything. So enjoy your victory. Your lonely, loveless, lazy, inadequate, untalented victory. Enjoy people cheering for you because they have to, not because they want to. Enjoy being celebrated for doing the least, not the most. Enjoy it. Harry is not coming back. So if this is another one of their leaks or briefs or whatever it's supposed to be, and of course, not to be outdone by this one, if Harry is smart, he'll jump on a plane. This is a moment he must grow up and be there for his family or face becoming irrelevant. Face becoming irrelevant? Did they not see the Invictus Games? Face becoming irrelevant? I mean, how many of those occasions do the Sussexes find themselves so well and warmly received do they have to have before you understand they don't need y'all for that? They got us. They got us. And here in the United States, they are still incredibly popular. They're still incredibly popular. People don't even know who William is. They probably know his name, but they don't know him. And as for the other one, I don't even think they ever heard her talk before. They don't even know what she sounds like. They don't know what William sounds like. So what difference does it make? I'm so amazed at the continued obsession. They are gone and they just won't let it go. But that's what abusers do. That is what abusers do. They obsess, they cling, they linger, and they won't let it go. That's abusive. That is what abusers do. Okay. Let's see. Terry Carver says, I fly a small plane. Graham's words are an insult. Thank you so much for that, Terry Carver. It is insulting. It is insulting. And I don't really know much about Carolyn Graham, but I know she's from the South. I know she writes for the Daily Mail. I think her mom passed away some time ago or something like that. Well, recently, whatever it is. But she's a staunch right winger, and her contribution to this world is through her writing. And just like Camilla Tominey, she hopes to shape the politics of the day with her keyboard, right? And so Harry and Meghan, unfortunately, are caught up in this culture war. They're just one of those few people that are caught up in this culture war, and they use them as like, for instance, Megyn Kelly, the way Megyn Kelly targeted Lauren Sanchez for wearing that lace dress, saying that she should be more modest or something like that. But this is the same person who would be hypercritical of anyone who's Muslim, saying that they have their women too modest, right? As if that's the way everyone in the Muslim world are the same way. Like every country you go to, they're all that way. People who choose to cover. People who choose not to cover, they don't. And if Lauren Sanchez wants to wear something skimpy, she can. But Megyn Kelly, she's no different from Carolyn Graham. They are the gatekeepers. They are there to try to shape people's opinions. Thank you so much, Terry Carver. Okay. As a royal family suffers health crisis, Meghan Markle had no intentions of pulling her weight. Now, I have to warn you, this is a major trigger. This is a major one, but I couldn't not see it. This was in, oh God, what paper was that? The New York Post, not the Washington Post, New York Post. This guy right here, his name is Hugh Vickers, writer with Burke's Peerage. He's a writer with Burke's Peerage. He's a royal expert. And when it comes to royal expert, he is someone who since childhood has been fascinated with the Windsors. I heard that from his own mouth. I saw a video. And as you can see, there he is charming the queen. This is what he said. Again, trigger alert, trigger alert. The presence of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the UK for this royal health crisis is a crisis in a parallel history. Would not just have made Meghan the Princess of Hearts. William looked somber as he visited his wife after her surgery at the London clinic this week. It may also have quelled some of the speculation and questions over Princess Kate's condition and diagnoses, which remain unknown. Palace sources have been keen to stress that the surgery is not a result of cancer, but have otherwise stayed silent and declined to explain why they called the operation planned when it led to the cancellation of engagements. Among those wondering aloud was the Today Show, Savannah Guthrie, who asked British royal expert, Daisy McAndrew, it makes you wonder, why did you ever schedule events if you knew this was planned? If the Duchess of Sussex, who was once a hugely popular figure in the UK, could have stepped in at engagements for her sister-in-law, that information vacuum may have been filled. Vacuum may have been easier to fill. Instead, her and her husband's absence, it has sharpened the judgment of her critics, including Hugo Vickers, royal historian and friend of the royal family. Vickers claimed to Page Six, Meghan Markle had no intentions of pulling her weight. I told you this was triggering. She surely had a little plan from the start, which did not include being a hardworking, supportive member of the royal family. Harry got on well with his family before he married. Afterwards, I rest my case. Okay, so let's unpack the first part of this. The first part of it, they say if Meghan was there, that Meghan would have quelled some of the curiosity about Kate's condition. In other words, Meghan being out there would have been a great distraction for Kate. But since Meghan's not there, they got Ford Fiesta, they got Afro Annie, they got that lizard, and the rest of them. Then of course there's no one there to distract. But Meghan was very popular when she was there. Less so by the day, but she was very popular. But they started that hate campaign against her around the time when William decided to take his place in the bed with the press, right? And once William shook hands on it, then it was open season on Meghan Markle, right? And so for that reason, Harry said, well, we're out of here. You're not going to abuse my wife. You're not going to abuse my child. We're gone. Bye. So they're not there. And then, like a scorned vicar, Hugo Vickers says Meghan Markle had no intention of pulling her weight. Then what was the 5 a.m. email about? Does that sound like somebody who had no intention? If anything, they said Meghan needs to be 50% of herself. Meghan needed to mute herself. Meghan needed to try not to be seen as much. So if Meghan, don't do this, don't do that, then how could you possibly say Meghan had no intentions of pulling her weight? Was Meghan not pulling her weight with the Hub Kitchen? What was that about? Frequent trips over there, undetected by the media. And of course, the Oceania tour, the African tour. And I guess it probably would have killed them if the Sussexes, could you imagine if Meghan and Harry would have toured the US? Could you imagine? It would have brought so much popularity to that aging, inadequate, antiquated royal family. But we will never know. We will never know. Because they were driven out of the country. They drove them away. And now you got these people writing for these rags that want to engage in this fantasy about, oh, what if Meghan was still here? Yeah, what if you had not done the things that you done? I mean, this is page 6. They're equally responsible for a lot of that negativity. And just to prove it, they go and get a quote from Hugo Vickers. They say this, and then they get a quote from Hugo Vickers, who hates Meghan. This guy hates Meghan. This is a royalist to the core. There's nothing pro-Meghan about him. And I'm sure he didn't say that before, but he's saying it now. The whole thing about that book about Charles, which we all know is really a what do you call it? Vengeance against Harry and Meghan and Spare. That book, which won't sell, as much copies as a wildlife, game, and fishing book. That book is designed to seek vengeance upon the Sussexes. The book is not about Charles, it's about Harry and Meghan. There's no talking point from that book about Charles that has any traction. The only thing the only other thing they talked about is the Queen dying. So the book is about the Queen dying and Lilibeth Diana's name. Nothing about Charles, because there's nothing to talk about. Lex says you can't fake a personality, charisma. You can buy fashion, but not taste. You cannot force people to respect, love you. Will took everything physically from Harry and Meghan, but he will never be them, so he can't win. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Absolutely. That's why I say they need to enjoy their victory, because they don't have anything. There's nothing to enjoy. That's why they keep looking west. Because in spite of having all of the buildings, all of the cars and planes, and even a private train, they got all of that and nothing at the same time. He was depending on Harry to do the work. Because you know what? People say that, well, until those kids are old enough, we don't know if the kids are going to be interested. What if the kids are just as less interested as William is? Harry wasn't interested, but he didn't show it in the work. William is not interested, and he shows it when he breathes, when he blinks, When he turns around, everything about him says, I don't want to be here. When he smiles, it's not even a smile, it's a grimace. He smiles like an assassin, not like someone who's glad to do this work. Harry didn't like the work, but he liked the people. He liked doing the work for the people. He likes to be of service, but he just didn't want to be there in that family doing that kind of work. But you would never know it. He went places that nobody else wanted to go. He did it for his grandmother. He did it to serve his grandmother. Now she's not there. There's nothing to come back to. Because going back means he opens himself up for them to take advantage of him again. Thank you, Legs. Let's see. Marjorie Austin says, was it last week that Kate missed the early child? Yes. Yes, they had that meeting. It was supposed to have been some corporate types or whatever. But yeah, it was just last week that she did not attend the meeting that she was supposed to go to. And then I think it was the next day we found out that she was in the hospital. So right here, a palace source told Page 6 that the absence of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex also means that they could not help William with Prince George. Princes George and Louis and Princess Charlotte. Help them do what? This is what's so crazy about this. Help them do what? As they navigate their mother's absence and recovery, the family would have been steps away from each other on the Windsor estate. Well, you know what? Okay, I'm going to say this. They would have that continuity, of having cousins to play with, right? They would have another house to go to. They wouldn't have to depend on children of staff and such. They would have cousins nearby. But they don't have that because Willie and Kitty chased them away. In times like this, close-knit families, neighbors, friends often lean in to help, particularly with young children who can struggle to comprehend a parent being in hospital or away. The source said, in a parallel universe, they'd likely be the first on the doorstep with a casserole and lending a hand for their family. This sounds just like, what was that, Liz Jones article where she said, Kate is the kind of woman that you like to be around. She'll be the first to clear the dishes, the first to do this. She'd be that kind. They were lying when they said that, and this is a lie. This is all just made up. Kate is not that person. William is not that person. Do you all remember when Harry said in Spare that he thought that Will and Kate were getting the house ready, and when it was done, they would invite him over? The only time he had a good look at that house is when Meghan went with him. Harry said the invitation never came. He said the invitation never came. Willie and Kitty never invited him over. He thought that he could come over and be a good uncle to his niece and nephew or nephew at the time, but the invitation never came. So this little fantasy that this person has written about what they could have been to each other, they never would have. They never would have. Harry said that he was hoping to meet a wife that he can be equals with his brother and that they could all four do the work for the crown. That was a nice fantasy. And William set him straight. Oh, Harold, let's not get carried away. He didn't even want Harry to marry. And then when he did meet someone, why don't you wait? What's the hurry? Why don't you wait 10 years like I did? Yeah, wait 10 years so that the media could make a fool out of your future fiance. Have her wait around for 10 years so that she might be too old to have children. I think that was the real reason. They didn't want Meghan to ever have any children. They didn't want Harry to have an heir. They didn't want that. They didn't want that for him. Could you imagine? They did not want him to have a family. William did not want him to have a family. He wanted Harry free and available to do the stuff he did not want to do. But I tell you, life has a way of going full circle. And just like Charles, I believe, made things really bad for his mother before she died, I have no doubt that it's going to be paid forward when it's his turn. Willie is going to make things very difficult for him. If William is already putting out a press release saying that I'm going to do things differently the day after the coronation, what do you think he's going to do when Charles is unable to do all the work by himself? When he's going to have to lean on Willie, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen to Charles? What goes around comes around. You guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. They basically tried to treat Meghan like Wallace Simpson. Oh yeah, they kept making that comparison. They kept calling her Wallace Simpson and the American actress, the divorcee, et cetera, et cetera. And now you have this Hugh Vickers trying to imply that Meghan was lazy or unwilling to do the work. Meghan famously said in that Fab Four meeting that I want to hit the ground running. Meghan was excited to get to do the work. Excited. And it just makes sense. She was of that age when you've had a career and now you're ready for the next phase of your life. And Meghan wanted to lean into humanitarian work and philanthropy. And around the time that she was, lining up things for that, she meets Harry, who's been doing the same thing practically his whole life. And that's when something went, yes, this is who I need to be with. They both said that at the same time. We can do our philanthropy. We can do all of our humanitarian stuff. This is perfect. And we have a whole commonwealth. Granny was on board with it, and everybody else pretended to be on board with it, but they weren't. They had no plans whatsoever to allow them to flourish and grow. They were going to try to cut the stem before they could create enough shade, right? They decided to cut the roots, pull them out by the roots, and cast them away. And now Kate's in the hospital. Charles is going to be down for a couple of days. And you got the most charismatic woman who's ever drawn a breath. I mean, someone who is, I don't know, I guess a combination of Mother Teresa, Raquel Welch. You got Camilla. You got Camilla. You got Camilla, a force of nature, Camilla. She who can turn a grown man into a pillar of salt, Camilla. Now you got Camilla to do all the heavy lifting in between cigarettes. You know, that head shake is something about that head shake to just say, so help me God, whoever put me at this table. Anyway, the to try to imply that Meghan is lazy and had no intentions of doing the work. I mean, just take a look there. Where does Harry fit into that picture on the left side? The answer is he don't, because nobody on that side wanted Meghan and definitely wanted to ever see Doria again. They didn't want to see either one of them. They didn't want to see either one of them. So that's Harry's new life, and boy, don't he look miserable, don't he? Ooh, he miserable. This is as though they forget that they used to have to send a search party to get Harry out of Lesotho. They used to have to try to get a search party to find Harry so that they can drag him out of Lesotho and bring him back to London so they can take advantage of him some more. He didn't want to leave. He said he wanted to stay in Africa. I thought maybe I'd stay in Africa and be a park ranger or something. And so they're saying his bubble has burst because he's not in Africa as a park ranger. He's actually in California as an executive producer. You hear me? An executive producer. That's what Harry is. An executive producer in Hollywood, right? Yeah, he's miserable with that big mansion. Camilla Parker Bowles, a lazy woman like Kate Middleton, avoids work, source claim. British tabloids are taking William and Kate to task. Prince William has gone from goody two-shoe to lazy layabout. I'm not even going to go through all those. I'm just going to say it. Lazy, 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 lazy. The Queen said she's lazy, get a job, lazy. I'm not even going to go through all those because I've shown these several times. Lazy. And this is why I was so shocked. This is why I was so shocked when I heard, well, I'll show you in a minute. How Princess Anne is the hardest working royal. That's right. That 70-something-year-old woman is the hardest working royal. Now, mind you, half of them are at or near or exceed her age, but that's not the important part. The important part is that one of the younger members on the team has only worked 90 engagements last year. Engagements mean showing up at a prayer service, right? Show up at the Commonwealth Day. That's an engagement. That's work. Having a glam squad put together your outfit, getting on a helicopter, riding in a Range Rover to Westminster Abbey, taking a seat, sitting through a ceremony, and then after that, you go back home. That is an engagement. That's work. That's work. That's one of those 90 engagements in a year. The equivalent of maybe 2 or 3 months' work is what Kate worked last year. That's how much she worked. Meghan used to work at a yogurt shop. Did y'all know that? She used to work at a yogurt shop, among other things. Harry arrives without Meghan at Living Legends of Aviation Award amid royal health drama. And then at the bottom it says, Prince Harry looked very dapper as he arrived at the 21st Annual Living Legends of Aviation Award, where the Duke of Sussex is being honored. But if you take a look on the right side, whoops, take a look on the right. Harry arrives without Meghan at Living Legend of Aviation Award amid royal health drama. But if you look at that small print, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle look glamorous as they arrived at the 21st annual Living Legends of Aviation Award, where the Duke of Sussex is being honored. Well, they had already wrote the article, right? They had already wrote the article, but they didn't realize that Meghan wasn't coming. So they changed the one part of it, the top. But at the bottom, they left the original Prince Harry and Meghan Markle look glamorous as they arrived at the 21st annual Living Legends of Aviation Award. Yeah, so they just swapped out the top part, but left the bottom part. Yeah, they went back and changed it. They hurried up and went back and changed it. So they had already written whatever slanderous article they were going to write about Harry and Meghan, but they just didn't have the facts all together, like the fact that Meghan wasn't going to be there. So very interesting, huh? But then again, the way that they rinse and repeat, a lot of these articles, all you got to do is change the dates, because either way, it's going to be something very snarky and slanderous toward Harry and Meghan. So what difference does it make? Oh, yeah, this is another one. Charity has run a number of well-publicized summits with celebrities, names, actually, Watchdog warns charity where Meghan was among star guests. So on the right side, you can see where the BBC used Meghan's name as clickbait, right? So there's some questions about this charity. One Young World or whatever? So the charity has run a number of well-publicized summits with celebrity names promoting youth leadership to the international audience. Young delegates, according to the charity website, are counseled by influential political, business, and humanitarian leaders, including figures such as Justin Trudeau, Bob Geldof, Queen Rania of Jordan, and Emma Watson. So why didn't you mention Justin, Bob, Raina, or Emma for the article? Why did you go straight to Meghan Markle? A youth organization, which holds a high-profile events with famous guests, has been sent an official warning by the charity watchdog. The charity commission criticized One Young World for unauthorized payments to a staff member and a lack of accurate records. Meghan Markle, among a number of figures, including Sir Richard Branson and Cher, have spoken at its events. There is no suggestion of wrongdoing from any of the celebrity speakers. Then why are you mentioning them? In response, the charity issued a statement. One Young World is naturally disappointed at the charity commission's findings over two limited administrative errors. In other words, why didn't you mention the other ones? Why do you go straight for Meghan? And you know how many of the other ones were pictured in this? Just Meghan. Just Meghan. Nobody else's picture except for Meghan's. But I'll say this much. Meghan looks good. I mean, if you're going to throw her under the bus, she should look gorgeous. And so, yes, they chose this article to draw negativity toward Meghan's name. The BBC did that. You know, the BBC, who is supposed to be more, shall we say, fair. They should be the fairest of the media in the UK. But, well, They're all alike, just like the rest of them. Lisette Zog says, I've got this feeling that Meghan and Harry are teasing and fooling the British media because they know exactly how stupid they are at times. Thank you, Lisette, for the super chat. I think so too. I think that with all of what was built up, that the tabloid media had plans. I believe the tabloids had plans. And whether or not the Sussexes were going to go or not go, we weren't even sure about that. And then closer to the date, we're like, well, of course Harry's going to be there. But we just assumed that Meghan was going to go. It's a possibility that Meghan wasn't going to go at all. Or, as you say, they might just be messing with them. They might just be messing with them. I'm pretty sure that the few photos that we got, they had planned a whole lot more. And of course, one of their big goals is to try to find someone to heckle Harry. That is always a big goal of theirs, is to try to find someone who will heckle Harry. Or actually, Meghan. Meghan is usually the target of the hecklers, not Harry. But yeah, they probably had someone planted to heckle Meghan. But disaster averted. She didn't even show up. And I'm pretty sure that they are uber disappointed. I'm pretty sure they had to go back and change the titles and, change some of the wording for the articles that were likely already written, so that they could adjust to take Meghan's name out of it. But I'm glad that she wasn't there. I really am. I wanted to see Meghan desperately, but I'm cool with it. And of course, as they said, that one of the kids was under the weather. I'm sorry to hear that, if that is the case. But whatever happened, I'm glad that the little side effect of it is that it frustrated a lot of people on Fleet Street. So thank you again, Lisette, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that someone is very, very disappointed right now. So how King Charles has slimmed the monarchy down by half. 2017, you got 18 people on the balcony. You got Edwina. You got Ford Fiesta, Afro Annie, the Duchess of Sussex, the Duke of Sussex. You got Camilla, Charles, the Queen, Philip, Prince Andrew, the sick old man. You got Kate. Who else do we have here? William, Princess Eugenie, Princess Beatrice, Duke of Kent, Duke of Gloucester, Duchess of Gloucester, Princess Alexandra. So you got 18 people on the balcony. That's how it was going. This is how it is. You got Eddie, Sophie, Anne, Camilla, Charles, Kate, Princess. I'm sorry, Prince. Oh, I was about to say Princess Eugenie. I didn't do that on purpose. Princess Wilma, the Duke of Gloucester, and the Duchess of Gloucester. Wow. Yeah, the Duke of Kent, he's retired now. He's too sick to do anything. But yeah, take a look at that. Take a look at that. What a stroke of genius, huh? What a stroke of genius. I told y'all Charles ain't that bright. When they said by half, that's exactly what it is. 18, now there's 9. By half. Congratulations. Well done. Well done, you. Well done. Let's do a back and forth, shall we? 18, 9. 18, 9. I know, idiot. That was dumb. That was dumb. And nobody could tell him that this wasn't a stroke of genius. Kate, try not to laugh, y'all. Kate will work from bed as she recovers from her surgery. Palace Insider says um, Princess of Wales' unwavering commitment will spur her on, but insists it's family first, day job second, as it claimed William won't cut ties with Church of England. The Princess of Wales is expected to resume working after hospital discharge. Are they implying that she worked before she went to the hospital? I mean, did they not see this? And also, I don't want to be unkind, and I'm not trying to be shady, but y'all do know that's the same thing they said about the Queen, that the Queen was literally laying in the bed with her red box to the end, and then she went to sleep and never woke up. So if I was them, I wouldn't entertain the idea of her laying in the bed working. I wouldn't even talk about it. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. Kate is going to lay there in the bed and muster up the strength to soldier on and keep working. Now, whatever that work is lost on me because I couldn't imagine what she does. If work means waiting for someone on your staff to enter events in your diary, to correspond with people, and you just pretend like you signed it, if that's what work is, but you have to wonder what were they thinking when they wrote this. I mean, between the two of them, and yes, I know this is a sensitive time, but I don't care. Those are two of the laziest people on God's green earth. Lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. And their intention was to have Harry do all the work. Meghan, they didn't conceive of because Kitty does not tolerate other women. But Meghan wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place because Harry was not supposed to get married. William told him, you have to get used to the fact maybe you won't get married at all. Yeah, get used to it. There won't be any happiness for you. But God had other plans. God got Harry out of there. Yeah, keeping up with the Sussexes. Thank you, Maggie Howell. You took the words right out of my mouth. Even in cartoon, they were depicted as lazy. Prince Harry is a torch in our darkness, say veteran who have battled mental health issues. So I'm going to try to leave this on a positive note tonight. Harry was honored. He was recognized for the outstanding human being he is. And I have to say, I would have never conceived of anything that has happened for them. My imagination would not have gone that far. And I don't even think they expected the success that they've had since they left Narnia. But they have left, and there have been people that we probably don't even know about who have given them counsel and advice and mentored them and given them all of the confidence that they needed to carry on. And Harry's inner strength and work ethic, matched only by that of Meghan's, of course, is what has helped them through all of this. You know, this is where Harry was the happiest, was when he was on the battlefield. When he had to go back to London, he started getting that anxious, sick, acid feeling. But when he knew he was on his way to Afghanistan, it was, nothing but joy and satisfaction in doing something to change the world, to defend, um, I guess, democracy or whatever you want to say. He was glad to do that. Long as I don't have to be in London, I'm happy. And then, of course, he went back to London and he did some stuff, with the military and everything. But that wasn't the end of it. He met Meghan, they got married, they left. They were driven out of the country. And looking back, I would say that was probably the best thing that could have happened, is that they got away from that. And so that way, William doesn't have the ability to try to control Harry with money. Meghan will never, ever have to deal with those people again unless she chooses to. The only way they'll see Meghan again is when somebody, makes their transition. Otherwise, and even then, she may not go. She may never go back there. And who could blame her? So, anyway, you guys, when have we reached our flower? We know that we're done for the day, but thank you all so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I think that was it. I don't think I had anything else that I wanted to add. Again, happy birthday to Nubian Queen. Many happy returns of the day. And thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Connie Balmer. And of course, Lit for Sussex. What do you say there? There is an absence in that family. I'm sorry, not absence, abuse in that family. More than fighting with pillows. Yeah, that institution is like, they shouldn't call the family Windsor. They should call the family Stockholm Syndrome. That's it. They should call that family Stockholm Syndrome. Is true, Beverly? Never paid Meghan a. Is true, Beverly? Never paid Meghan a cent for her work. Yeah, Meghan and Harry, I guess for lack of a better word, they pretty much had the allowance that was given them from the what do they call that? The Duchy of Cornwall. But they tried to have people believe that they bought Meghan's clothes and all that kind of stuff. They needed people to believe that Meghan had came there because she was trying to cash in on their money, even though when she met Harry, he was living in that Nottingham cottage. Everybody knows that money is passed down in a big lump sum to the heir. And just like the Queen couldn't take it with her, Charles is not going to take it with him, and William is not going to take it with himself. That money goes to the next one. They can buy their little toys and trinkets. They can support their mistresses and such, but they can't take it with them. They don't gift it. They just add more to it. They don't do stuff like that with that money. So good night, you guys. Thank you very much. I can see a few of y'all couldn't wait to get out of here. But I looked, it was like 15:58. Now it's 14:65. But that's okay. Also, you guys remember Anne from Duchess of Success needs your support. She had some issues with her channel. I don't doubt that they're going to resolve that issue. She's a bit shaken by it as well. She should be. But it's, from what I see with that alert or that whatever it was, it just looks like there's something that needs to be removed, perhaps, and that should do it. And yeah, but YouTube makes mistakes. YouTube does make mistakes. They have AI, and then they also verify stuff with a human being, and sometimes mistakes are made. It doesn't necessarily mean something malicious. Um, I doubt if it's anti Harry and Meghan or something like that. Is probably just someone overshot the mark and judged something to be out of sorts. But I mean, I pretty much know the stuff that she posted. I couldn't imagine why that happened. So I believe someone made a terrible mistake. And, and that happened to me one time where they stopped one of my videos because someone said I was being abusive and what did they say I was? Bullying and all that kind of stuff. And then what happened? A few days later, they sent a letter apologizing, blah, blah, blah. And but something happened that flagged the account. And the same thing can happen to me any given time, at any given time. That's part of the business. So I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, I'm gonna probably be in a bit of a state. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully they can straighten it out, because it just seems to me like it was an error or a mistake of some sort. Let me see. Thank you, Raffaella. Bertoni says, always clear those cookies. Yeah, the balcony looks sad, doesn't it? The queen was not the most nurturing person in the world, but she understood the strength of having family around. But this slim down monarchy, um, I'm not even implying that there should be any greater burden to the taxpayers, but the taxpayers are paying more to upkeep the royal family, which means the houses and the staff and everything, but they have fewer people. Make that make sense? That you're demanding more money, but you still have fewer people. So there's Meghan and Doria. There's Harry and the Queen of Hearts, the People's Princess, Queen of Hearts. I don't ever do this and not think about Diana. And I don't want to stop thinking about Diana. I don't want to stop thinking about her because Diana is the reason why I'm here. Diana is the reason why I'm here. Back in 1981, I woke up early. I watched the royal wedding, and that is how I learned, about the royal family. Did not realize that family was so dodgy. I just thought, oh wow, that must be fun. Then I find out how they really treat each other. That was very disappointing. Now let me go back to one of my favorites, thumbnails. Love that one. That really came out nice. Grazie a tutti, dear friends, to you too. Raffaella Bertoni. Grazie, grazie. Let me see here. Yeah. Attentiones! Pickpockets! I'm practicing for my next trip. Attentiones! Pickpockets! I love that lady. I want to go to Venice just so that I can meet her. I want to meet the pickpocket lady. Attentiones! Okay. I'm gonna post some of those videos from the. I want to try to find Harry's speech. If I can find, I want like the because I saw the video. It seemed like it doesn't have the whole speech, but that's going to be my goal tonight is to see if I can find Harry's speech. If I can find him doing the speech, I'll share that. But if I can't, then at least I want to find the transcript. But yeah, they said the speech was beautiful. Attentiones, the British royal family. Our pickpockets. Attentiones, the royals are the pickpockets. Attentiones, the British royals are pickpockets. Oh man. Oh, that's funny, Black Queen. Oh, really? Uh okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Love you, Harry and Meghan. Me too, Marianne. They are amazing people. They really are. Everybody who meets them says how great they are. Okay, so Stella McCartney, she's British, but she was working for Givenchy, right? And so the wedding dress was Givenchy for with by Claire Waite Keller, right? I think that's what they said. You know who I've been trying to find? I have been trying to find Princess Angela. I have not seen her in photos for a long time. Now, she keeps a low profile, Princess Angela of Liechtenstein, Her Serene Highness. And I have been trying to find any new photos of her, and I haven't been able to find any. She is very reclusive. She is a bit shy when it comes to public photos. But yeah, I have not seen her in quite some time. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not her. Who is that? No, that's not her. That must be cool, though, to have a country named after your family. Your whole family name is the name of the country. Yeah, I'm looking now. I don't see any new photos of her. I'm gonna have to do some deep diving and see if I can scratch up a photo or two. Wait, this is new, is it? Never seen this one. Oh wow. Advisory board, Smithsonian Advisory Board, and Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute. Well, I'm looking at this advisory board, and I've come across a picture of Angela of Liechtenstein. A native of Panama, Angela studied fashion design at Parsons School of Design in New York City. Yeah, that's her. She's on this advisory board for the Smithsonian. Oh, I just happened to Google that. Very cool. Oh, this is so cool. I got to show you this photo that I just found. I got to show you this photo. Wow, this article is from 2021. I've never seen this before. The discreet life of Angela of Liechtenstein, the princess who paved the way for Meghan Markle. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I mean, it ain't like they've ever met or anything. She just happened to have married into a royal family first, but I wouldn't say that she paved the way for anybody. You know what? I think I'm going to do this article as one of my videos. Oh, I promised you I was going to show you the photo, didn't I? Let me, I think I'm going to save that one. I'm going to do one of my videos with this one. Give me a second, you guys. I'll share the photo with you. It's pretty cool. I've never seen it before. Okay. Attentioners! I'm going to share the photo. Attentioners! I don't know why that's so funny to me. Attentioners! The photo is coming quickly. Attentioners! Okay, that goes. Let me see. File must be one of the following types. Oh, Lord, don't pull that on me. Okay, so they're telling me that the file is the wrong type. So give me a second. I'll fix that. I knew things were going too well. Let me try this. I will find another way. Don't fret. I will find another way. Is it in his eyes? Oh no, you'll be deceived. Is it in his eyes? Oh no, you make believe. If you want to know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh yeah. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Give me a second, you guys. That didn't work. I got it though. I got a plan. Let me see here. It's a different file type, and that's why it didn't work. It's being shady. But I got a plan. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was coming here today to take you to his mansion in the sky? Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Okay. This is going to work. Huh? That's pretty cool, right? That is pretty cool. I mean, it looks like an amateur put it together, but that was actually for a magazine article. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. And whose decision was it to use Windsor Castle? They have a castle in in Liechtenstein. It's a little castle, but they have a castle there too. Yeah, that's cool. So, of course, that's Princess Angela of Liechtenstein, and that is her husband, Maximilian. I believe that there's a difference of, let me see, she's what, 11, 12 years older than him? He met her at a party and could not stop thinking about. Actually, he met her at a party. Is that what I said? And he could not stop thinking about her. And next thing you know, he was like, "Listen, I want to get married to you." And so they did, which caused such a shock for his family. They were just like, "You what?" No, actually, his family was cool. It was some of the extended family that were tripping. And anyway, he they had, I believe, if I'm correct, they had a civil ceremony in Liechtenstein, and then they had an actual wedding the in a church in New York. Yeah, they had a civil wedding in a church in New York. Is that Helen Reddy? Oh, I don't know. I don't know who sings that song, Delta Dawn. No, that was a country singer. Well, I guess she is a country singer, isn't she? Yeah, I don't know. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Oh man. Well, actually, it was Angela who was married first. So Angela is a dress designer, right? And she even won the Oscar de la Renta award for something. But the thing is, yes, the dresses are super, super similar. I think that the skirt of Angela's dress is bigger. I think so. But otherwise, they both have the boat neck collar and the 3/4 length sleeves. So, yeah, I would say the dresses are pretty identical. Now, not anything against Angela, but I think Meghan's dress was better fitted than what Angela was wearing, but not in a major way. But yeah, the dresses are virtually identical. Megan's is a little more open over the shoulders. That's it. But the cut of the dress is super, super similar. Yeah. And so let me see. I have another photo. I've got a couple more photos of her I'll share. I'll share a couple of more of those photos. She wore the family tiara, the I think it's called the Kinsley tiara, which was handed down from, I believe, Maximilian's mother's side of the family. And yeah, just like all the other royal brides in the family, she wore the family tiara. Now, he will not inherit the throne. His older brother will inherit the throne. And unlike those, it's a lot of similarities, but the outcome is vastly different in comparison. Because, Maximilian's brother is really nice. Harry's brother is a lunatic who just hasn't been diagnosed yet. So that's one of the differences right there. Yeah. Harry's brother is a bit cray cray. And this guy, I think him and his brother get on well with each other. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay, I'll show you this one. So that is Max, and that is Alphonse, Prince Alphonse, and that is Princess Angela. Yep, that black girl magic. He had never experienced anything like it. And so I guess he said, Onya, you're not like the other girls. So he was hooked. And it was really nice some time ago. Sadly, his mother passed away, but I was really thrilled that her son was able to speak for his grandmother at one of the at the grandmother's funeral. All the grandkids came up to speak. I got a really recent photo of them that I don't think I've ever shared with you guys. Let me find it. Hot diggity dog. Why don't I have that photo? Yeah, I had this one photo that was actually celebrating 100 years of the Bank of Liechtenstein. And maybe I did not save that photo because I certainly don't see it. Well, that's okay. I got a nice little substitute here. Let me find something of theirs that is more recent. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you guys, I am done. So if there's anybody who needs to get out of here, go for it because I am done. No, not that one. I don't like that one. Oh, maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Let me see. Oh yeah, I was looking in the wrong place. Wasn't that a song? Well, I was in the right place, but I think it was the wrong time. And they said it was the right place, but I think it was the wrong time. Is that a song? That is a song, right? I'm not making that up. Because it could have been the right place, but I think it was the wrong time. Something. Something. I'm afraid to look to see who is still here. Let me see how many of y'all still here. 1,253. I'm shocked. I am shocked. Okay. So I didn't find the photo that I wanted, but I'll find something else. Give me a second, you guys. Yeah, poor Harry. His brother is a lunatic. That's unfortunate. Cray. That was that 9 iron. I'm convinced it was a 9 iron. Or was it a 6 iron? Whatever it was iron. Like that lady say, Lord Jesus is a fire. Well, that day it was, Lord Jesus is an iron. What am I talking about? I don't know. No wonder I can't find nothing. I won't shut up. Let me focus for a second here. Okay. There she is supporting her husband, Max, at his lamented mother's funeral. And look over there, you can see that big wall of hair. See her in the middle there? That is the former Queen of Spain. That's King Philippe's mother. She show up for everything. And next to Angela, so that's Max, that's the sister-in-law, and that's the brother-in-law. And the guy with the white hair, that is the widower to the Max's mother. That's his father. I think his name is Prince Alois. It's a principality, so they don't have a king. And what is his brother's name? I forget his brother's name, but um, yeah. So his brother is going to inherit the principality when his father goes to his glory. So, but yeah, I like that picture. And you can see she's very fond of her late mother-in-law. From the look on her face, you can see she's thinking about her. Yeah, and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. William has really made a mess of things. He has really made a mess of things, and he need to get those people that he has surrounded himself with. He needs to get rid of those courtiers. He has like this little gang of courtiers that are probably some of the. Could you imagine if the queen had courtiers like that? I mean, not to say that the queen courtiers were nice, because they were awful. All of those courtiers are awful because they're all vying for power and control. But William, just imagine the kingdom that he's going to inherit. Just imagine the kingdom he's going to inherit and what he'll do with it. Oh, look at the family meeting the Pope. They're meeting the Pope. Very cool. I should do another video about them, shouldn't I? I'm going to do that. I'm going to think of something. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I don't know that anybody from the Austrian royal family is related to Queen Victoria. I don't think that any of them ever married. Yeah, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's probably so distant it wouldn't make any sense. So I don't ever know of them being in the family way. Oh, Marcelina Martinez, thank you so much for being here. We're just about done, but appreciate you stopping by. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do one more pick, and then I am going to call it a night. I'll do one more. I couldn't find the one that I was looking for. Let me see if I can find that. The 100th anniversary of the Bank of Liechtenstein. Yeah. And I know I have the photo. I just don't know what I did with it. Let me see. Hey, was Petal on today? I don't remember seeing her. Huh. I guess I don't have that one. That is so weird. I thought for sure that I had it, but I don't. Huh. Let me see. Liechtenstein Bank anniversary. Wow, they've been a nation for 300 years, I think. Oh, and they're very rich too. They're one of the richest families in royal families in Europe. And I do think they're related to the Habsburgs of, the Habsburgs of Austria. They are related to them. Okay, one more, and then we're gonna go. Angela. See if I can find a good one. Well, I kind of like this one. Yeah, I like this one. Look at there. See how all the cousins and everything. Now, this, of course, is a very old photo because you can see how little the kids are. But the lady with the brown on, that is Princess Marie. That's the one. That's Maximilian's mother, and she passed away like a year ago, 2 years ago. But just your typical dramatic Alpine family. Yep, just your typical German speaking Alpine family. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Just your typical German, Austrian family. Of course, the biggest question that I've had for a long time is, where does she get her hair done? Right? Where does she get her hair done? Is there a beauty shop in Liechtenstein that caters to her? But to be honest with you, they actually they live well. Maximilian, Angela, and Alphonse, they have lived in London and Germany somewhere, and I think also in the U.S. So they they have lived in other places. Well, from the look of the photo, it looks like Angela and the crown princess get along really well. See how they're sitting together? And let's see, where's the crown prince? He's all the way in the back there. The one with the sweater tied around his neck, that's the crown prince. And there's dad right there in the center. So it seemed like they get along okay. I mean, it's just a photo, but who knows? Now, to be honest with you, though, it was said that when he told the family about her, some of the relatives refused to go to the wedding. They said, this is going to be the beginning of the end. And they refused to go. But when they had the wedding in New York, Mama went, Papa went, the brother went, everybody that was important was there. But some of the extended family, they didn't want to have anything to do with it. Shady, right? They didn't want to have anything to do with it. They said, this is the beginning of the end. That was their words. I'm going to see if I can find one of their wedding photos. Oh, it won't let me open up that photo. Here we go with that again. Okay, I guess I can find one of their wedding photos. All right, you guys, it's been 3 hours and I am enjoying myself, but we need to get out of here. Thank you all so much. Love you guys. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And oh, I didn't do a last word of the day, did I? And I had something so clever that I thought of, but I forgot about it. Let me see. What was I thinking? Oh, I know what. I know what it is. Give me a second. Mm-mm. I know what it was. I had something real clever. You know, all profound and everything. Let me work on that. Wait, is that it? Okay. Here goes. Are you ready? This is going to be so deep. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that an airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Huh? When everything seems to be going against you, remember that an airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. That was kind of deep, right? Right? That was kind of deep. Come on. Huh? I told you it was going to be something that, kind of goes along with the whole living legends thing. So thank you, Cassandra. Gosh, it's like pulling teeth around here sometimes. Thank you very much. All right, so that's our last word of the day. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure. As always, thank you for trusting me to do this work. And please make sure you guys pray for Anne and her channel, because this is very upsetting for her. And I know how that must feel. So, she has a new channel. I almost forgot about that. She has a new channel. I will put it on the community tab for sure. So, and I'm sure, well, if you go to her channel, you'll see it. All right. That's it. And I am going to cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. So, Sly Stone, huh? I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I was in the right space, but I think I had the wrong man. I don't know what the words are. Oh, okay. Let me put that at the top of the chat. Let me see. Oh Lord. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, Lydia has the link. I am going to put it at the top of the chat. There we go. And that is for Ann's new channel. Yeah, and I just hope everything it gets straightened out soon, because she put so much work into that channel, and it's got to be awful to see something like that. Okay. There's nothing you could do that can tear me away. Nothing anyone could say. 'Cause you're with me now, and as long as you stay, loving you's the right thing to do. Loving you's the right thing. Whoa. I forgot how that goes. Loving you's the right thing. Loving you's the right thing. Loving you's the right thing. Hold me in your hands like a bunch of flowers. Send me singing to your sweetest song. Da, 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 da. Okay, I blew it. I done forgot the words. Wait, who sings that? That's Carly's. I love Carly Simon. I love Carly Simon. I think she is highly underrated as an artist. She was jamming. You belong to me. Did she say that? Tell her you were fooling. You belong to me. You belong, you belong, you belong. That was my jam there. Why'd you tell me this? Were you looking for my reaction? Why'd you tell me this? Yeah, that was a jam right there. You belong to me. Tell her you were fooling. You belong to me. Okay, I'm fixing to go, y'all. I'm kind of hungry too. Right? I love me some Carly Simon. Love me some Carly Simon. And of course, nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it quite the way you do. Baby, you're the best. I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. Yep, that was my jam there. Anyway, I'm going to go. All right. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. You belong to me.